Argyle, man. Yeah, we're live from the venue, 89 North.
89 North. It's great to be here.
Because the studio that I pay for every week is booked up. What's up with that, bro? So now I'm sitting here in a concert hall in an empty, great social distancing. You know, this is what concerts should be. Is just the musicians and nobody else.
Yeah, and then you just live stream it.
Yes. Yeah, so I think like maybe Brian Cowan and Chris D'Elia can pick up 15-year-old girls live on the live stream.
But what's perfect for them is that they can just invite like 10 girls in here. And then like
I can invite 10 girls in here. What's the point of having to be a predator to do that?
I just think that for them it'll be better if they invite 10 girls in here and they do a show and they think they're the funniest guys in the world. He's like Chris D'Elia just like acts like a dolphin for like 30 minutes.
Oh my God. Well, let's start the show. Welcome to the Coconut Show. Adam Zaki alongside Andrew Bergen.
Hey.
Sam Schmid upstairs, live from 89 North, the venue. No guests today. He bailed out, just Andrew and myself. Last week we talked about how Andrew met Tim Dillon. I'm sure nothing as exciting as that happened to you in the past 7 days.
No, that video has like 1.5 million views now.
I know, that's the most amount of people that have ever looked at you probably.
Yeah, and luckily they can't see me that well because I'm dressed up as Antifa.
Imagine Andrew caught immediate fame.
They're like, they like take a shot of me. They like screenshot me out, and they're just like, this guy was the best one in the video.
You're at Starbucks. Are you the guy from the Tim Dillon?
Are you Antifa member 6?
Oh my God. Call mom.
Yeah. Can I take a selfie with you, Antifa member 6?
Wow. So Sam is operating the board from an iPad.
Maybe. I don't know if it'll connect.
Wow.
I've seen people do this before.
Sam kind of looks like Ben from the Tim Dillon Show, doesn't he?
I think
they both like the same things.
I feel like they would too.
You know?
The thing.
Are they better than Seltzer on the podcast because you hear bubbles every time?
Sponsored by Bubbles.
That's what I'm talking about. This podcast is sponsored by Canada Dry, actually.
Yeah, and Dunning-Kruger.
Yes.
That's our.
Never forget Dunning-Kruger.
That's our #1 sponsor.
Yeah, Canada Dry is a big sponsor of the podcast. I think it's just because their product is so. I mean, nobody ever wakes up in the morning and goes, "I'm gonna have a Canada Dry." You know, they're gonna just go to the 7-Eleven. You want ginger ale? You're just gonna grab one. You know, it's not like you're a Canada Dry brand loyalist.
I think Canada Dry is a pretty cool brand.
I don't think so, and I'm Canadian.
I think that Canada Dry is a cool brand because, like, you ever see like when you're getting like a gin and tonic at like a wedding and they have like the little bottles?
Yes.
They're always Canada Dry. And they have the little bottles, and they crack them open.
I don't go to many weddings.
I did a lot of wedding, not photography, but photo editing. So I've viewed a lot of weddings.
Oh, I'm sure that's horrible.
You know what's funny? The guy who did it, good guy, but the business model that like the way that I was doing it was bad because he'd have me edit like 5,000 photos, and then he'd give me like $300, and like it would take me like I would be like working on them all day, every day for like a week, and I get like $300, and sometimes he'd be like, "These aren't good," and I'd be like, "Oh," and he'd be
How
like,
do you edit a photo? Like, do you have to like make some like 29-year-old fat girl look pretty in
this
her
is the
wedding
reason
dress?
that he would go like, "These aren't good," because I don't know how to edit the photos. I would just change the I'd be like, "I think this looks right." I'd change the exposure, the color, the
you just
contrast.
like press some buttons, like it's
yeah,
in
I'm
software.
I'm just like moving things around. And I
God.
tried my best. I really tried hard, but like it just didn't work out that great for me. But I saw a lot of weddings. The best one. Indian weddings look like a lot of fun.
Oh, I used to valet cars. Indian weddings are insane.
They look like so much fun. It's just like American weddings are just like they're all about like I don't know. It's just like they're all about
between love and man and woman in front of the eyes of God. You know, Indian weddings are like, we're here to fucking party.
Yeah,
we got horses and gold. They ain't fucking around.
I know. It's like it really looks like a great time. I just think that our like American culture is terrible.
It is.
Like American food is so stupid. It's like French food. They'll be like oh, we're gonna like saute, we're gonna braise, we're gonna.
I just got a job at an American restaurant because I'm 26 and a waiter, and that's what happens when you don't have a college degree.
Yeah.
And I work at an American restaurant, bro, and American food is everything but American food. We got fucking tacos. I got Kung Pao calamari. I got fucking skirt steak.
Kung Pao calamari is so
good.
It's delicious.
It's good. It's trendy. It's delicious.
It's delicious, but it's so embarrassing as like to order that.
You think so?
You're just like, can I get the Kung Pao calamari? It's just like being like, I have no real taste.
You know
It's just like you
know
just
who
go
loves
like
Kung Pao calamari, the calamari with the Asian sauce. Girls,
the thing
chicks
is,
love it.
Kung Pao sauce is not a
It's
thing.
sweet Asian
it's
chili
not like,
sauce. It's sweet chili sauce.
but it's
bro.
not like tomato
It's
sauce
just got
where
a
it's like
zesty name to it.
yeah,
Oh, it's phenomenal.
It's not like tomato sauce where it's like you get tomato sauce, you know what you're getting to some extent.
Yes.
With Kung Pao sauce, it's just like they could do like it's supposed to be a spicy sweet chili sauce, but it can be anything. Like it can just like like if it came out and it was bright red, like buffalo bright red, like you would be like, oh, I guess this is what we ordered. Like you wouldn't be like, this is not what we ordered. You can't
No,
you
I
can't
have
be like
no balls
you
to
can't
waitstaff,
you
though.
can't send back the calamari because it like the Kung Pao calamari because it looks wrong.
I think we've talked about this before on the show already. I've never sent anything back at a restaurant in my life.
When did I send something back? I've sent a few things back.
I won't do it. I'm terrified, bro.
There was this one guy that I once ate at a restaurant with in I think it was Texas or no, it was South Carolina, and there were these biscuits on the menu, and they fresh bake the biscuits, and they come out in 10 minutes.
Okay.
And this guy goes, "Is there any way that you can get them out to us quicker?"
That's what he said to the
He
the
says
server.
he says to the waiter, "Is there any way you can get them out to us quicker?" And he's like, "No, like we have to." We have to bake them, and then we bring them out to you. And he's like, "What if I gave you like a little extra tip?"
Are you serious?
I swear. And I'm like, we're looking at him. We're like, and he's like, well, we have to bake them and then like do it. He's like, could you turn up the oven like a little bit?
Are you fucking
I
kidding
am
me?
dead serious. He's like, I cannot change the laws of thermodynamics.
Good for that
For-
fucking
That's
waiter,
fucking
bro.
ridiculous.
He didn't really say that. I put that in. But like basically with his eyes, he said that.
They should fucking tie that guy to the back of a horse and kick that horse right in the ass. That guy's a jerk off.
That guy.
That guy
Yeah,
is a
Jesus.
fucking asshole. I hate people who treat servers bad, and this is not because I'm a server and I was a server in the past, bro. This shit is unreal. Sometimes people really get crazy with waitstaff.
Yeah, like why you gotta be a dick? There's no reason.
That's what it all. That's
Fucked
all
up.
it is. That's all it is.
It's
just
the-
being a decent person, which I'm not, and I'm still nice to waitstaff.
It's the reason why people love to hate Karens.
Yes.
It's the reason because like when you go and to like an Applebee's or something, you acknowledge that everyone in there is being paid less than they should be, basically, right?
Yes, but I feel like that's well. I think what you're trying to say is that you acknowledge that when you go to a restaurant, most of the staff is like generally underpaid. Half of them are fucked up, and most of them don't want to be there. And anybody that does want to be there is retarded. If you get to like a restaurant job and you're like, this is it.
I can see
No.
I think bartenders sometimes can have a sick job.
Yeah, you could live off being
Can
a
I tell you,
bartender.
though, listen.
You could live a life.
That
you
is
know?
a very common misconception of people who work outside the restaurant industry.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, I've worked at a few different restaurants.
You're really
in my
gonna
life.
put down the keys
Yeah,
during the
yeah, drop
podcast on the
keys.
table.
That's
because they kept jingling on my
yeah,
side.
this is, you call
producer.
yourself an audio engineer.
the
I'm making
producer.
sound effects, bro. It's Foley.
Anyway, I lost track of what I was saying because Sam
Bartending.
made me smoke pot before this. Oh yeah,
Bartender.
yeah,
Forced
so-
you to.
So
Yeah.
bartenders at restaurants that are older are always fucked up people. They're always fucked up. They're
Oh,
jaded,
yeah, I know that.
Their skin's wrinkled. They still smoke cigarettes at 41.
Oh, wow.
Because they're still bartending at 41.
You're describing a couple of the bartenders here.
Can I fucking tell you, bro? I walk into this restaurant today, day two, and the bartender is just exactly picture 41-year-old bartender. This is the guy, right? And then one of the young waiters, 16, 17-year-old kid, goes up to him and goes, I think his name is like Matt or Mike or something. I don't give a fuck. And he goes, hey, Matt, anything new? And this guy turns around and goes, yeah, my bitch got her period this morning. And I'm like, bro,
Day
this,
two.
like that'd be funny
yeah.
if you're 20 to
Yeah.
another 18-year-old kid.
Yeah.
This guy's 41. Like I could see the bald spot
Oh.
on the back of his head as he's
Oh.
getting the bar mops. You know, like this guy made a wrong turn in life. And those are the people that you meet in the restaurant industry. It's so fucked up. I hate it. There's nothing worse than the culture of working in a restaurant.
Yeah,
Like,
inherently, it's a quick-paced, high-pressure job for like it's not very important. That's the thing. That's the
No.
reason why you don't get paid a lot. But high.
It's something anybody could do realistically.
Yeah.
Like if you
Yes.
sit down, you're like, you gotta go do this.
If you can
do it.
breathe into the bottom of a glass, you could sell cars and wait tables, which is really most of what I've done in my life.
Yeah.
Do you fear being one of those 41-year-old dudes cracking wise to the
Yes,
20-year-old?
It's actually so when I was like 18, I wrote down on a piece of paper that if I didn't have a
No.
career by 28, I would join the military.
No.
And I just turned 26, and I still have that paper. And I hold myself accountable to things in life.
Oh,
No, you
I-
don't.
I really try to. That's not true. I do. I exercise. I don't eat meat. I try to be healthy. When it comes to me, when I'm selfishly accountable, when it comes to me and only me, whatever's best for me, if it means me
You
having
were
to
smoking Black
dedicate-
and Milds like 3 weeks ago.
Yes, I was.
Yes.
I was. And it's the thing
Nobody who holds themselves accountable smokes Black and Mild. That's a hard rule. That's a
I
line
had-
that I have drawn in the sand.
I am coming off a 6 to 7 month binge of absolute insanity that I blame the absence of pot in my life on. 100%.
It was all the lack of
I
weed.
really do.
That's what
I
ruined
really
your
feel,
life.
I really feel that weed keeps me rational and keeps me in check. I really do. My mom called me smoking weed in my house.
In your house?
The house you just moved into, yeah.
You go,
Yeah, bro,
you go,
it's
I really hold
horrible.
myself accountable.
My mom just called
Can
me
I tell you,
smoking
bro,
weed.
Getting caught by your mom smoking pot is one thing, but at 26, it's a whole other ball game.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
it's,
Like,
it's,
what was that experience like?
Oh,
Did you?
so I live in a basement,
Mhm.
so like my windows are like 4 or 5 feet into the ground. So I
Yeah.
have like this like area. It's like space where it's like it's concrete underground. So it's like a little
it's an
chimney.
area. It's like space.
Yes,
It's a space.
It's a zone.
So I can open my window and crawl out of it very easily. Just step right through,
Good.
and I'm on the street.
Good. That's good. That's good for you
So-
and intruders.
So yes.
Yes.
So that is how I would smoke pot. And so what I would do is I would go out in the morning, go out the window, just sit outside the window, and hit a couple bowls. You know who gives? I'm on the side of my house. I live on kind of a main road, but I don't care.
No, you don't care.
And
you
so
aggressively don't care.
And so, my mom, all of a sudden, I hear her go, "Adam, what the fuck?" And she's like, "My air conditioner smells like pot. The whole house smells like weed."
It's
What
going
the fuck?
Straight up.
When
into
she
your
says
mom's-
that, do you have that feeling that like you just got caught? Do you have that like that pull the sheets up over your dick?
Yes, but at the
feeling.
yes, but once again, I'm 26, so it's not like oh my god, I just got caught. Like it's gonna affect
Not like
me.
I'm fucked, but you go like you turn
The
around and
next
you go like
20
I'm supposed to be holding myself accountable. I have that piece of paper.
yes, exactly.
You
Or
go like I'm joining the military if I keep this up.
No, but I don't think I could ever join the military. I don't think I could.
No, you
No, you'd
wouldn't.
be
That piece of
terrible.
paper
No,
is
it's
useless.
meaningless. I know
I
it
can't
is.
believe you kept
Absolutely.
it. That's
I know
that's
it
like
is.
you have to throw things out.
I have some very interesting things that if I ever died and you got like if anybody ever went to like go like
If anyone ever
collect
found my
things
comedy notebooks, they would go to my grave and they would shoot a gun into my grave.
and go, you were
Just to
not
be sure.
funny, dude. What the fuck were you talking about?
It's so bad.
That's so
oh
funny.
my god. Do you have anything from ex-girlfriends, like any trinkets or?
I don't have any
Ooh.
ex-girlfriend.
Wait, what,
That's a good way to
hit the
defeat
brakes.
you there.
What are you talking about?
Like this is like Christina's my first girlfriend.
And how long have you been with her?
4.5 years.
Oh my.
That's a lot.
God.
Yeah.
Did she take your virginity?
No.
Well, that's good.
He's got so.
But it like I was talking to her about this recently where I'm like I just wish that I had more time before I had met you.
You said that to your girlfriend?
She didn't care.
Oh, Andrew.
I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing.
No,
I don't
it
think
was
it's,
like-
I think it's just a
We've
thing.
we've been together for enough time that it's like I feel like we're both confident we're not going anywhere. You come from a different world where it's like I feel like all of your relationships are like sword fights. You're like
Yeah,
if one thing
they're enemy
slips up,
combatants.
like if one thing slips up, then I'm dead.
No, I think that my relationships are like they're like plane rides. 6-7 hours. You know, when you flew to Tokyo, what is that? A 14-hour flight? 12
Something
hours?
like that, yeah.
Yeah, you're walking to fucking Tokyo, Andrew. You know, you like you are taking the long route with your
Calculated.
chicks. You know,
Yeah.
I'm in there. I might stay in Tokyo, Narita apparently the best Starbucks in the world
Yeah.
is in the Tokyo Narita International Airport.
Well,
I've read
really?
this online.
The
Yes, I have.
Starbucks in Tokyo are way better than in the U.S. They have like delicious pastries. Like,
Bro, everything is. You know where I went to? Holy fuck! I got to bring this up right now. 2 former Starbucks employees sitting right here. We got to break this down. The Starbucks Reserve. You ever go to a Starbucks Reserve, bro?
yeah,
So
really.
I'm in the meatpacking district, and I'm like, bro, I love a coffee right now. And there's nothing like wanting Starbucks in the meatpacking district as a straight man, because it really makes you question
was gonna say-
who you are and what you come from.
I was gonna say you're like my ass hurts and I am tired.
So anyway, I put in my phone Starbucks. I put in my phone Starbucks, and it comes up Reserve, and I'm like, oh fuck, these things exist. And I remember during COVID when I went to Manhattan, I walked by when it was closed. I've always wanted to try one. Our Starbucks Reserve is this giant Starbucks.
Yeah.
Where there's a bar and they have like a giant coffee thing.
There's just
all
like
these different
there's
types
like
of
sculptures
espresso.
on the ceiling.
It
You
was-
like look up and it's just
It
shaped.
was crazy.
That seems
bro.
unnecessary.
It is all of coffee is unnecessary. It's the dumbest thing in the
Yeah.
world.
I mean,
Can I
coffee as
tell
a
you?
base product is not as unnecessary as
No, the coffee
frescoes.
stuff. It's like if you got all different types of weed and spent more money because it tasted different. You'd be like, I'll just take the cheap one.
Yeah, but it's
Just for
nice.
taste.
I mean, I don't
That's
know.
a very good point.
Just
That's a
for taste,
very-
not for effect.
That's a very
You-
good point that I've never even thought about. Like, why do we buy different types of coffee for taste? Even though some, like for example, I love the French roast, and like the French roast K cups are $1 more at Target than the other K
Yeah.
cups. But I always go for the French roast. But why? Like the
I feel like
the
it's 'cause-
purpose is the same. Like you getting the caffeine.
Yeah.
But like the caffeine's not necessarily the only goal.
That's
a
the
nice
thing, too,
tasty
like,
coffee is a nice
I
thing.
do
you know,
like
you
the
know?
taste of coffee.
But it
where
just
I
gets
don't-
to a certain point.
But when you smoke pot, and you're
a
not
Starbucks Reserve point.
You're not
yeah.
a pot smoker, and the difference that I don't think you're picking up on
I
is that
was for
yes,
13
but
years.
So what you got to remember is that when you smoke it, you don't really taste the weed. When you drink coffee, it's full flavor,
Yeah.
especially if you drink it black, because it tastes. You'll be able to taste it just that little difference.
Yeah.
Whether this one's more bitter or sweet
No,
every time.
I'm being a little hyperbolic when I say it's all useless. There are very small and simple differences that are important. You have a light roast, you have a medium roast, you have a dark roast. Some people want it to like punch them in the face and like taste
what-
like dirt when they drink it. Some people want like a nice little like sprinkle of coffee on the back of their tongue.
and what
with
these
the light
idiots don't
roast.
realize is that the darker the roast, the longer the bean is cooked for.
Yeah, the less
which
caffeine.
means the less caffeine is.
I
in
wanted
there.
to make sure that I got that.
I know,
When you go to Starbucks, that's people's favorite thing to tell customers.
Oh, yeah.
It's that it makes they think
Someone's
that
like, "Oh, I'm so tired. I just need something on coffee." And then the barista's like, "How about a blonde roast?"
yeah, and they're like and like someone goes like, "Oh, I don't want a light roast." They're like, "You know, it has even more caffeine than the dark," and they go, "You know what? I'll give it a try." You know what? I'll
And the
give
guy
it a
comes
try.
back the next day and goes, "I'll take a dark roast." You know, because he forgets, because it means nothing to him. And that barista, that's the biggest moment of their day.
It is the biggest moment of your day.
And that guy literally does not remember that happening 2 seconds after it happened.
Baristas are the biggest steal when you can make money as a bartender, like real money as a bartender, and then you're a barista. You're like, what the fuck am I doing? Because
But you can't. That's what I'm telling you. The only way you can make real money as a bartender is that when he's really...
you can make more money as a bartender at a shitty place than you can as a Starbucks barista.
That's for sure.
Oh, yeah, but a Starbucks barista will give you a fucking dental.
That's true.
You know, like, you're going to get health insurance from Starbucks.
Yeah.
Where, you know, Do or
True.
Dive in Crown Heights, the bar that David and I go to. I don't know if neither one of you, I don't think have been there with us, but those bartenders are killing it. We go there, they're open till 4 in the morning. It's packed the whole time. Just beers, mixed drinks, easy shit. Probably each taking home $400, $500 a night in tips. They work 3 nights a week, 4 nights a week, 2 G's a week. They're rolling in it. They're fine. It's all cash. But they fall and they break their leg. What the fuck happens? That's
Yeah.
the shitty part about America.
Yeah.
Is that somebody like that can't make a living.
I know, and then you're stuck at these jobs where it's like you go like,
You're gonna go work for Geico and make $45,000 a year, but you'll be able to, you know, have health insurance.
I know, you've looked at Geico in the last few weeks.
It's not even that Geico.
Thinking about it?
Because when you go on,
You've looked at it though, right? And considered your life with.
not by choice.
But I'm saying that I'm also looking for
It's-
jobs.
Yes, but it's
and
ads.
you go
ads. Geico
Yeah.
buys ads on Indeed, and so does Allstate and all these companies
Yeah.
because the turnover is so insane, and they need workers because they're such a giant company that they will pay to just constantly hire people, knowing that a percentage of those people will most likely quit, but they'll just keep the ball rolling.
But you've thought about your life sitting in the Geico office.
No, I haven't, because selling cars, I worked with those people over the phone, and the Geico office in Comac, 631-621-4460. I would call that number every fucking day at work, right? There's a girl who works there. Her name is Francesca. I've never met her. I've only spoken to her on the phone. And when you call up the Geico office in Comac, you gotta do it.
You gotta just call.
She picks up the phone and she goes, Francesca Geico. Just like that. And you just know that this girl is nowhere where she wants to be and is only thinking about her next Marlboro
I know.
Light.
Isn't it so defeating looking at the job, like the jobs that you have an opportunity to get, and you go like, I should be better than this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you just look at them and you're like, right now the best job that I can find that I can apply for is the Apple Store, and I'm just imagining myself walking around the store and I'm just like, do you want an iMac? Do you want an iMac? Do you want an iPhone? And I'm just like, they're just like, you walk up to people and you're just like, so what's going on in your life? You want an iPhone? Like you gotta be like, they want you to like.
No, you don't. Every time I've gone to the Apple Store, I walk in there. 4 people look at you because they're all talking to each other. And nobody wants to help you. So you go press a couple buttons on a computer that's way out of your price range, and then somebody ends up walking over to you in an Apple shirt and goes, "Can I help you?" Because at that point they think you're stealing.
Yeah.
And then they say, and then you go, "All right, I'm looking at an iPhone." They go, "Do you have an appointment?" And you go, "No."
You can do walk-ins.
You can't.
They kind of
listen
dick
to
at
me.
you when you do.
I've done walk-ins. If you're gonna buy it right there, they don't give a fuck.
I wanted to save this for the podcast. When you told me you were going to work at Apple,
I might. They haven't even replied to me yet. but I've been thinking about my life as an Apple Store employee.
You never know.
The COVID situation, the way Apple responded, and the way I was treated by Apple, I hate them. I have an iPhone, and if green messages was, how do I put this? At the Android message, the green bubble is the biggest cock block of our time.
Yeah, 100%.
You cannot get laid without an iPhone.
No, everyone. It's like
I
wearing
don't know.
that.
I don't know if that's true.
That's 100%
It's like wearing
true.
that shirt that you're wearing right now.
Listen to me. Anyway,
Be uncommon among common
David
people.
Goggins, you don't understand. You're not a soldier. You will not be carrying the
Yeah.
boats.
You are not a soldier
You will not
either.
be carrying the boats.
No.
I'll be carrying the boats.
You like you'll know the quotes. That's what you'll know.
Anyway.
You'll know the quotes. You'll be like, he says when you wake up he's like, I was fat once and then I learned to run.
Twice, just like me.
I was fat twice and then I learned to run and I was in the military and now I have a hat.
David Goggins is way more than that. I guarantee you, if you listen to 5 minutes of Goggins, you'd be jogging down the street. It's insane.
Jogging with
What was I
Goggins.
just talking about before? I'm so bad with this lately.
Yeah, this
Oh
is
my
pretty
God.
bad. Apple. Why you hate Apple?
Yeah, so Apple really fucked me bad. So during the coronavirus, I wanted to buy my ex an Apple Watch. The Apple Watch that my ex wanted was the top of the line, bougie, rose gold, $1,000 Apple Watch. The only place at the time that had it was the Apple Store in Brooklyn, across from the Barclays Center. So it was like a Thursday. I went after work. I drove to the Barclays Center, that Apple Store. It was a hailstorm. I've been going to New York City my entire life. I've never seen weather like that before. Like, there was a woman under the top part of the Apple Store, the overhang, bleeding from hail. Like, people are coming in on bikes. We're all just this is heat of COVID. We're all just crowded in masks because the weather is unbearable. Cars are getting pinged. I'm parked 2 blocks down going, my car's fucked. This is horrible. Like, holy shit. And
I remember this day.
You just hear ping, 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 ping. It was insane.
I remember you start hearing hail, and you're like, and it's like we're like right in the middle of like the throes of COVID, and we're like, what is going on in the world?
So I'm and in that moment, I'm in New York City, and I'm trying to buy a fucking Apple Watch, and I looked online, they had it, and
did you call ahead?
no. And so when
It's a problem with millennials.
when I walked up, they're checking people into the store. They have a capacity. I say, hi. You guys have this Apple Watch. Pulled up my phone. I said, this is the number. It's like a serial number. I said, this is what you have. This is what I want to buy. Be very simple. Have my debit card, Apple Care. I want to buy it. I have everything. I know my name, my password, the whole thing. Got my license. Boom. Sir, do you have an appointment? No. I'm soaking wet. I'm dripping wet. People are huddled around me. I say, no, I don't have an appointment, but I'll be real quick. Sir, I can't help you if you don't have
But you know
have
this is
an
a
appointment."
COVID thing, right? This isn't like a...
This girl had the fucking audacity to say to me, sir, I cannot help you if you don't have an appointment, and then look over my shoulder and say, hi there, can I help you, to the person behind me. Like I was like no longer there. And I think that's maybe entitlement of an Apple Store employee, or maybe that's like, because nowadays, even with COVID, like I hate to keep talking about working at the restaurant, they had bingo.
You've been working there for like 3 days, right?
Yes. They had
2 days.
They had bingo.
You've done 2 shifts?
2 shifts. And it's crazy, bro. Listen to me,
They had bingo?
They have bingo like if you could sell fucking 3 steaks or whatever. But one of the slots on the bingo is tell a customer to put their mask on. Like, what is that? Like, is that like something like, oh wow, we have an up now. I could tell somebody to do something that I couldn't. Like, is it a power thing? I think that goes right back to the girl at the Apple Store, where now these COVID regulations are even giving the workers, like, you know what? Fuck the customer. The customer's not right if they're not following the COVID stuff. And the COVID stuff is so, relative to where you are, that if you don't have an appointment, or you're not wearing this type of mask, or if you don't come from this time to this time, or you didn't call ahead, they can refuse you. And it's not the owner that's refusing you. It's not the person that wants your business. It's somebody making $15 an hour that just wants to say fuck you.
Yeah, 100%.
And I hate that about this new world.
But like, why do you feel entitled the other way around?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Like, we are in a pandemic. And, like, I
Yes.
understand that, like, we're in New York and it's not so bad here right now. And, like, everything that we're doing is pretty much just, like, if it were like this from the start and it just, like, never got worse, this would be, like, a crazy precaution to do all this stuff. But I think that, like, people are just typically already entitled when they go into any place.
Yes, especially when you're receiving service.
Yeah.
Like restaurants, bars, if you're ever getting a car valeted, anything where it involves your property or your experience being determined by somebody else who's working. So they're doing something for you. They're providing a service. Even like being picked up by like an Uber driver is a service where, you expect to get in the Uber, you expect it to be clean. The biggest thing is I don't want the Uber driver to talk to me. That's being entitled as fuck. You don't want to talk to this fucking person who's working, who now you have to sit in their car and drive to the place that you're going.
Yeah. No,
Like,
I think that our culture is just really entitled and shitty. Like, I think that
as the consumer, when you're in the position of the consumer, you as an American have a sense of I can feel entitled because I'm spending money.
Yeah.
So you feel as if you deserve the world because you are giving them money, which what makes our world
I think if
go
you're
round.
spending over $300, you deserve the right to be entitled. Anything below that, you don't really.
In terms of what, a service? So if you're say you're going out with your girl to a really nice restaurant,
Or like $100, let's say. If you're spending less than $100, I don't think you can be that entitled.
you're out of your mind then, because if you go out with your girl, you guys each get a drink, an appetizer, 2 entrees, and a dessert, bro. That's $120 plus tip.
Yeah, so then you can be entitled.
But then
At the Apple Store, you should have not been treated like that.
$100. I was going there to spend $1,000.
Yeah, she should have like at least compassion. You're just like there's a woman outside with a head wound, and like you're coming in here,
Like
and you're
the
all
whole scene was like out of a movie.
yeah.
And I couldn't believe it.
But people, I don't know. From like working, I just think once you work a shitty job like at Starbucks, which is like you start going like these people are coming in to spend $5 on a cup of coffee acting like this. It's like people just walk around like that all day, have no like
Yeah, they're called boomers.
I know, but we're not so great either. I was gonna say, it's like, you know why that happened to you? Because you didn't call ahead. Millennials never call ahead.
But why? Why can't she just throw me a fuck? I get it. I get that the COVID stuff is going on. But look, I got my mask on. I told her, I said I came from, I actually told her I came from Montauk. I said I drove here from Montauk because you guys are the only ones with this Apple Watch. That's it? She goes, sir, that's it. So I walked home in the rain. I didn't give a fuck how wet I got. It's hailing. People are running around me. I tiptoed to my fucking car. And I just, like, you would think that, like, the saddest thing in the world happened to me. I was defeated. So I was like, holy fuck, I just wasted this whole trip. I'm going to go back. My car's going to be fucked up. And it just put such a sour taste in my mouth with Apple.
Well, as a future Apple representative.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I know. They're not even going to call me back. And then I'm going to hate Apple. But as a future Apple representative, I think that, in the words of Steve Jobs, don't give me chemotherapy. You know what I mean?
Oh, my goodness gracious. Now, do you care what other people think about you?
Yeah.
You do. Because if you answer no, I would have said go work for Samsung. It's the same job, probably work half as much.
I'll work for Samsung. I don't give a fuck. I thought it was going to be like a more philosophical thing.
Oh, no.
Like, I care what people think about me, but, like, I don't give a fuck. If I work at Samsung, I'll wear the Samsung shirt. I'll walk around. I'll get a second phone. I don't care. When I go home, I'll use my iPhone.
So how has the local comedy scene been?
They've been going to do protests at Governor's because they canceled...
The Tim Dillon show?
Yeah. So they've been protesting.
Well, now that I bought tickets, because we had bought tickets for that show, I get emails from governors, and they're like, come buy tickets to this show.
Yeah.
What do you mean come buy tickets to this show? You just canceled the show that I bought tickets for.
It's a scam.
Whitney Cummings had a very, very interesting thing to say.
Yeah, I think we talked about this last week.
I think we did too, that these clubs just want the money.
Yeah.
And they, they'll just give you credit just because they need something to pay their bills. And I get that. But it's fucked up. It's fucked up that now I'm out. And listen, it's nothing to say about you, but it would you be in the same situation too if you put up the money to buy tickets. And that's the thing too. The hardest part about going out with everybody, getting 5, 6 people together to go do something is who's putting the money up for 6 tickets. And like, let's say you go to a concert, each ticket, you want to go see Post Malone, right? Your girl wants to go see Post Malone with 5 of her friends.
Yeah.
They're going to put those tickets on one credit card. That's like, at least a G.
Yeah.
To put on, and that's why people don't go is because it's so much money.
Yeah, have they refunded you yet?
No.
Have you asked?
No.
Because
I'm a millennial.
And you didn't call.
Yes. No, but I think they said that we get a credit.
A credit?
But this has happened to me all over COVID. I have an American Airlines credit. I can fly anywhere in the United States right now. $368 a credit. 2 people. It's shitty though. My ex's name is on the credit, so I gotta call and get that changed if I ever fly with somebody else. But
you gotta call.
I gotta call.
Calling is the best way to get people to never do something.
No, it's not, because I tried to call to cancel a
to get
flight.
people to never do something.
Oh yes, well that's how these companies do it. They make it so difficult.
Yeah.
Like I'm really stressing about. I know that I just said a couple minutes ago that I'm really been working out and getting in shape, but I'm really canceling my gym membership at the same time. Because I have, gotten so accustomed to working out, and there's no saunas, there's no basketball courts at the gyms right now, so I'm going to say fuck it.
What gym were you at that had saunas and basketball courts?
LA Fitness.
Which one?
I would go to the one in Lindenhurst, I would go to the one in Port Jefferson.
You liked LA Fitness?
I loved LA
I was always
Fitness.
at Crunch. Crunch is $10 a month.
Yeah, I pay $50,
yeah.
which is a lot of money. I got fucked when I bought my gym
But I
membership.
understand that, like, it's a nice other place to go.
Because what happens is when you pay... talking about gym memberships in general, I've been going to the gym for a long time. And I've paid for a lot of different memberships. I've gone to a lot of different gyms. And when you have an expensive membership, when something is $40, $50 a month, you're going to go. Because you're going to say to yourself, not only do I want to get in better shape, do I want to work out, but I'm paying for this.
Yeah, it's all about value.
Where Crunch is $10 a month. So you're going to go, you know what, it's a Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Fuck it, I ain't going to Crunch at $10. I'll watch Netflix. It's the same fucking price.
Yeah, and like you go in there and just people are farting and like burping.
Yeah, like LA Fitness, don't get me wrong, is no classier than Crunch. I've been to a Crunch. I've worked out my friends at Crunches, and they're gyms. But
it's fine.
LA Fitness.
Crunch is a Planet Fitness with like self-esteem.
It's a Planet Fitness that doesn't serve pizza on Fridays.
Yeah, people always criticize them for that, but it's like I think that gets some people into the gym. Like they were gonna eat pizza either way. Like they're just eating 2 or 3 extra slices than they'd usually eat.
Yeah, and it makes people feel comfortable because it's going to turn people away like me who actually seriously want to go in there and get a workout.
That's exactly. It's like everyone who like is serious about it is like serve pizza, and then the people who are just like, I just hope that like my leg doesn't fall off.
Yeah.
Like I just hope I keep my foot through the year.
Planet Fitness, I think, is definitely a type 2 gym. Type 2 diabetic.
Yeah, no, it is a type 2
Fitness
gym.
is definitely type 1. You know, if you're type 1 diabetic, you can still be healthy.
You're fixing, like you're like, this has happened to me. The other one is like, I did this to myself.
Yes, like type 1, obviously you're born with it. What's defined for Sam? Because Sam has no idea. Type 2 is when you get it over time, and type 1 is when you're born with it. Diabetes, Sam. Oh yeah, doesn't diabetes run in your family? It does. Yeah, that was a joke. Sam's got the diabetes gene.
I see. So you gotta lay off the sugar.
Yeah, Sam. Have you ever like done anything with that? Do you have a microphone up there? No. Oh fuck. Never mind. They can't even hear you.
Useless.
We're in a giant stadium right now. Sam's in the last row, going no. Ooh. But yeah. So the comedy scene is sucked right now. So only protests.
Oh, I mean, then like you can go to the stupid open mic, but it's just like the same people every time. You're just telling the same jokes to the same people. I try to do new stuff, but it's like it's the same people hearing me all the time. I did a show in a. I think did I mention this last time? Was that before or after? No, yeah, I had come from the show last week. I haven't done anything really since last week. This week was terrible.
It's interesting that you say that you know you're telling the same jokes to the same people, because a couple of comedians have said that, you know, what you want to do is you want to attach yourself to a group of comedians and then move up with those people. But do you feel like this group that you've attached yourself to is kind of stagnant?
Yeah, especially now, and it's not their fault, because like the only thing that you can really do right now is start a podcast and develop your online presence.
Yes.
And nobody's really doing that. Like
Yes.
a couple of people have podcasts, but I don't know if everyone knows how to actually make them move forward with it.
Yes, it's very hard.
Yeah, like we have to kind of attack a demographic and sort of like decide like who's gonna listen to this, and we gotta figure it out over time.
Yes.
I don't think that everyone else is just kind of doing it to like flex their muscles and blah blah blah. I like really want to be more focused and like figure out like what's gonna make my sort of career move forward, and just like a way where it's like it would be nice to make $1,000 a month off of this.
Yes.
And then like you can work your other shitty job but be living nice.
Yes, like, and that's when you could say to people like I feel like that'd be a great like hobby.
Yeah.
And then it's a hobby that if you become successful, you live the dream, and it's a very, you know, comedy's like, if you're very good at it, it's just like anything like baseball or another sport or something competitive. But comedy's interesting because it takes nothing physical.
Yeah.
You have to have life experiences, and you have to be able to put those life experiences into things that are funny. And a lot of people can do it, but they can't do it on stage.
Yeah,
And that's the second element to it.
That's the other thing. It's like I'm definitely not the funniest people I know are not comedians.
Yeah, and who was the one who said it? It actually might have been Rogan that said that.
We're just summarizing Rogan's podcast.
It really might have been Rogan, this ass, that said, and this is a fucked up thing he said, that, or it might have been Whitney Cummings too, because I just listened to this.
Just only quote other comedians.
That said, that there's nobody who, I'm paraphrasing here, nobody here who is a comedian. How do I put this? How did she say it? There are no comedians out there that are less funny than somebody who is not a comedian.
Yeah, no, it's impossible.
Like, that's not true.
Like you're saying.
Like, I don't think that's true. So, like, what Whitney Cummings was saying, I believe it was her, was that out of all the comedians in the world, even the least funny one is funnier than somebody who's not a comedian.
I think what she means. I think that she's probably talking about like the Comedy Store.
I think so too. I think she's. I think she's defining funny as comedy. Like being a comedian.
Yeah.
Not just being funny and passing in conversation.
Yeah. And like when you're talking about the Comedy Store, it's like so competitive. This is the thing that I miss out on, and that like anyone who doesn't live in New York or LA misses out on.
Yep. We live in New York though.
But yeah, but you have to be in the city every day. Is the competitive nature of comedy. You can get better by watching people who are really funny all day, and being like, I have to get up to their level. And you start doing things that are more performative. You start writing in different ways. You start like talking to them and like seeing how they do things, and then eventually you get better. You do get better. Like it's like from when I started to now, it's like I'm definitely 100 times better than when I started.
Malcolm Gladwell, man, 10,000 hours. You know.
I know. Anders Ericsson and Malcolm Gladwell.
I have that book, The Outliers.
Yeah.
By Malcolm Gladwell. I think it's in that book.
Did you read it?
I've read like a couple chapters in it. I haven't
Yeah.
finished the entire book.
Did you get to the point where they were like 10,000 hours and then you can like become a master and you're like, I'm done with this book?
No. It's really sad though because I'm about to hit 2,000 hours on a game.
What game?
It's called Hearts of Iron. It's like a World War II strategy game. You know what it is?
No.
You're cringing.
I just didn't expect you to say that.
It's my favorite video game. It's really the only game I play. And I've put close to 2,000 hours on it over the past 3 or 4 years.
I started playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater again. Oh, fuck. It's the best game ever.
Really?
My favorite game ever.
How do you not smoke pot and play Tony Hawk Pro Skater all day?
Well, now I'm getting million plus combos.
What?
I'm getting million point combos.
Oh, like with your tricks?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's so lame.
It's so cool.
Oh my god. I'm not a big video game guy at all.
I've been more so this year. How could you not?
Yeah, I know. No, because we sit around and do nothing. What is going to happen, Andrew?
What's
Like,
going to happen?
Between now and Christmas, do we just sit and ride this shitty life out, or does something big happen?
I mean, we have the election
That's
coming
what I'm
up.
saying. You know what the craziest thing about this year is going to be? Is that when the president is determined, we're not going to know. Like,
I don't think this is going to be as crazy as people think.
It's going to be as crazy as you think it's going to be, bro. Or at least as crazy as I think it's going to be, because we're not going to know who the president is on election night. It's going to take a few days to count the shit up because it's going to be through the mail. And then, no matter who wins, there's already a reason to say why it's fake. And both sides are so passionate, whether it's Trump fans or whether it's Antifa, the very, 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 very far left. That's what they are, right? Like the super duper. Yeah, the anti-fascists, the people who are anti-Trump.
I don't know if they're even the most far. I think it goes past Antifa to people who are like fraud, like they like are unicorns.
Those two there'll be some clashes after the election. I think that eventually Biden will win. It'll take us a few days to determine it, and when Biden wins, listen, if Trump wins,
he's so boring.
If Trump wins, this country's gonna fucking explode. It's gonna explode. It's gonna be the worst thing that happened to America since 9/11. And I'm not a guy who hates Trump, and I don't sit there and say fuck Trump. I think he's an asshole, and I think he has done some fucked up shit to this country. But I also think that his perspective was, and what he did as president, kind of as a country, made us realize that, this should not be a popularity contest.
Yeah.
And he did serve his purpose in that. And, he gets a really bad rep because he says fucked up shit. But I think there is some economic stuff that maybe he did that. Listen, I'm no fucking economic
everyone says
guy.
that, and I don't think anyone knows what he did.
I don't think.
Do you know any one policy that he did?
Well, I just.
Plainly, do you know any one policy that Trump did that was good? Or that he did at all. Do you know one policy that he put in place?
I know that he started a trade war with China.
Do you know one policy that he put in place?
The trade war with China.
That's not a policy.
No, it's an. I don't know.
I don't know one either. I'm not trying to beat you. I'm
What's
just
the
saying.
policy that Obama put in? I guess fucking Obamacare.
We have that's why they do that. That's why he named it Obamacare, so people would know he put it in place.
I know.
Like there's probably like a Trump act. It's just like they build a wall on top of immigrants.
The Trump care.
They build a wall, and on the bottom is just like a bunch of immigrants, and they just build it on top of them and bury them alive.
The video. I wish we had a video so I could pull this up. It's one of the greatest videos on the internet. It's Paul Abdul sitting on people.
No.
So, who's the guy that does Borat? What's his name?
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Sacha Baron Cohen got Paul Abdul to sit on the backs of people on their hands and knees in an open house and tell them they were human furniture. And she did it.
I think I saw
And
that.
that's what the wall that you're talking about reminds me of. Like, it's on people's backs. That's so funny.
Yeah, it's just...
You know he was spotted dressed as Borat?
Really?
Yeah, very recently, like a couple weeks ago. TMZ reported it.
That's crazy.
So now that they think that he's filming like a sequel of Borat, or he's doing something because he's in the States right now.
Yeah, I mean, Who is America is an amazing show. Have you ever seen it?
I've seen clips of it, I think.
It's tremendous.
What thing is it on? Is it on like
Showtime.
Oh.
It's got to be on HBO, Netflix, or Hulu, or Amazon Video.
Well,
People
hopefully my
can't.
girl never listens to this, but I've been using her Hulu like fucking crazy, and I love it. And I hope she never finds out.
Yeah. I think that she's gonna notice the World War II docs.
We said this last week.
Did we? Why do we do a podcast every week when we need at least 2 months to come up with new
because
things
we have
to
no
talk about?
guests, and
I
Sam
know.
is up in his cove waiting for his food.
This is what's gonna happen.
But I want to know what your life or what's going to happen. Your thoughts of what's going to happen
This is
over
what's
the next
gonna
4 or
happen.
5 months.
We're gonna see the debate, and the debate's gonna be like Biden's gonna be like talking about policies and blah 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 blah, and Trump is just gonna go, "I'm gonna shit on your lawn."
There's not going to be a debate.
There
That's-
isn't.
No, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, there's no in-person debate between these two guys.
I thought that there is.
No way.
They do a Zoom debate.
I don't know. Like, it's two old guys. Like, it's going to be a totally different thing. A totally different thing.
Sam, do you know if there's gonna be a debate?
I fucking doubt it.
Sam is
I really
our-
don't think he'd fucking.
Sam is an
do it.
official government employee now.
I am. I'm a double official government
Double
employee.
agent.
Wow, working for the census. That's a
Hell
cool
yeah.
thing. That's a cool thing to do.
And I work for the sheriff's office, kind of, sort of.
What?
Remember, did I tell you that? I'm
No.
like a community advisory board member.
Yeehaw.
What does that even mean?
Yeehaw. We haven't started yet. We start September 15th.
What does that even mean? What do you do?
They haven't really decided yet. Because in other states, like, the community advisory board actually has some sort of power to, like...
How'd you get this? Is this a job?
Yeah, I emailed the sheriff a bunch of times.
You
Right,
said-
right around when, like, everyone was rioting, I was
Oh,
writing
no.
a lot of emails.
Are they going to pay you for this?
No, hell no.
But you're gonna have some say.
I guess. I don't know yet.
So
They're
you're gonna be
look
an
at you,
ally.
bro. They're gonna look at you with your glasses and your tattoos.
So I'm saying, I
and
don't
your
think they
beard.
thought I was the one emailing them.
No,
Like,
they-
I look like a fucking alien.
But here's the thing: it's gonna be you. Everybody else in that room is gonna look like you, and they're gonna close the door and
No,
go,
I know at
"Have
least-
fun, guys."
I know at least one of them is a pastor.
Oh,
I'm
God.
the representative.
Yeah, he's gonna be like,
What?
Yeah, bro.
Are you kidding
I'm not
me?
fucking around.
You're the representative on the community board
Yeah, community
for the
advisory
Suffolk
board.
County Police Department.
Sheriff's Department.
you're gonna be like,
Not the police. It's different.
you're gonna be like, I know where 3 drug dealers are.
No, they don't do drug dealers.
No, sheriffs are like. The only thing
They
I
do
know,
like the corrections office.
So what I the only-
evictions. that
Yeah,
kind of
that's what I was gonna
shit.
say. That's the only thing I know that sheriffs do is that they'll evict you from your house.
Yeah.
Not that I've ever been evicted, but I know that if you don't pay your rent, the sheriff will come.
And they do some traffic shit too. That's why you see them lurking around.
Hmm.
Yeah. I got a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a lot of questions.
You goes, hey,
Really?
hey,
Yeah.
sheriff, what do you do?
Yeah, yeah. Like, what do you do? And
What do you do?
What do you tell people about what you do?
Sam,
you know.
I gotta ask you a real question. Put that mic close to your face.
What's up?
Why are you wasting your fucking time with this shit? bro?
Because I have nothing else to do.
What are we
You know,
doing?
I've always
Go
wanted to
find
get
it.
involved in politics,
Go
bro.
find a chick, dude. Go keep
You know, I'm
yourself
working out. It's
occupied.
fine. The ladies will appear.
Go
they
keep,
just
maybe
appear.
meet a girl at this thing.
That's what I'm saying. Ideal would be politics chick.
Really?
No, it-
Like in a
oh, yeah.
pantsuit?
Sam, because
Yeah.
the first chick that you would meet, no matter what her views are, you'd suck her right into them. This girl would be like, listen, we shoot the gays and we kill the blacks. And Sam would be like, yeah, guys. It's
You know,
just,
guys,
you
I've
ever
been
thought
feeling
about
different
it? You ever
lately.
thought about it? I mean, Jesus is just unbelievable.
Jesus is just all right
And-
with me.
And you know, maybe the black people sold themselves. Like, that's the shit you're going to be saying to me. I'm like, Sam, what?
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
I was
know.
at this mic where this guy did this like 5-minute long thing about how no one ever like gives white people credit for ending slavery, and like it was like it's so unfun. It just feels like a take that's been had, and it's just so bad. And I just felt like if someone took a video of me there, it would be like if I was like spotted at a Richard Spencer event.
I don't know who Richard Spencer is. Do you
That's
understand?
the white
Isn't
supremacist guy
Yeah, that guy.
who once got punched in the face.
Yeah, he's most famous for being punched in the face.
Yeah,
It's a good thing to be
possibly.
famous for.
Yeah, that was he sparked the debate. Is it okay to punch a Nazi in the face?
because
Oh.
he's like I like Nazis. Like he's about it.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like Nazis. Nothing wrong with Nazis.
That's what I'm saying.
And somebody punched him.
Yeah, like sometimes it happens.
Would you punch him?
I don't know if I would punch him. I'm not really much of a puncher.
The thing is that like I wouldn't say that you should punch them, but I'm not against it.
I'm not gonna incriminate anybody for punching
I don't
him.
think people should drink tomato juice. I think it's disgusting, but I think they should be able to.
I think you should be able to punch anybody for their opinion.
I like the Wild West extremism you always have.
Like, I really think
Yeah.
like going back to let's bring it back to sports
Do you know
for a
how
second.
often you get punched?
Well, no, I just want to.
You would be punched.
You would be the number one
constantly.
punch. You'd be on the punching leaderboards
Well, I
as
just-
number one guy.
I just want to go.
Most punched.
I want to go back to the days where I could go to the fucking Yankee game, and go up to some Red Sox fan, and punch him in the fucking face.
And everybody goes home at the end.
And everybody goes home. Yeah, nobody's going to jail.
Yeah,
Nobody's got to register.
Yeah.
You know, like. Oh,
and then
we're
you go to the
just hanging out.
speakeasy after the game,
Yeah.
and you celebrate how great Babe Ruth
Yeah,
is.
this guy spits out his tooth into a beer. I drink it. You know, we take an
Spits out his
Instagram,
tooth.
and that's all it is.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You know who get punched in the face the most, and this would be good? Young conservatives.
Oh, I knew a couple young Republicans.
This is the
They
thing
were fucking
Can I
insufferable.
tell you,
man.
I am a young Republican. When I was in 11th grade, or was it 12th grade, my social studies teacher, when we registered to vote, we had to pick a party, and he was like,
Mhm.
"All right, everybody check Republican."
Wow, what
And-
a schemer!
And I was like, "What?" And then he's like, "Everybody just check the box that says Republican."
It doesn't matter. Just check Republican.
And we
That's
my
ridiculous.
whole class registered. I'm a registered Republican to this day because of that. Because his social studies teacher, I won't say his name, because I don't remember it. but my 12th grade social studies teacher
Look at the
had my whole
register.
class do that. Yeah.
The thing, like, dude, it's so crazy. Like, there are people who are, like, 14-year-old kids who are, like, defending Kyle Rittenhouse, the guy who shot those people in Kenosha.
Yeah.
And, like, they're 14 years old, and they're, like, reposting videos of people being, like, the truth behind Kyle.
This is the problem. These 14-year-olds, and he was 17. That kid was fucking 13 when Trump went into office. So he's just been stewing in this weird preteen haze of fucking Trump America.
Yeah, and it's just
Now
like
he's got a machine gun.
it's just
Or
it's
an
so
assault rifle, excuse me.
it's so crazy that like
Who did he kill? Didn't he kill 2 white people?
It was 2 protesters, and
They're
he
both
shot
white,
another
though, right?
protester. Yeah.
I don't think he shot any black people. I think it was all white people that he shot.
no one said that.
But I'm just curious because if he did shoot all black people, it'd be a totally different crime.
Would it?
Oh, I think so, yeah. Because this guy was totally like he was one of these guys on Facebook with supporting the cops with the Blue Lives
Yeah,
Matter.
it's so funny. They showed a picture of his like a screen cap of his Facebook page, and like all of his most recent like photos of him were Blue Lives Matter.
Yeah, I'm
Like-
sure he's posting all day on
Which
those
we
fucking
see every
boards.
day. It's so funny.
Yeah,
like,
they're everywhere.
If you go
The
to
thing
any,
is, there are some people who do that, and honestly are like I have cops who are family. They don't
I-
get
yeah,
that.
any
I
of your
understand
friends'
that,
but,
dads,
like-
and, like Ray's dad's Facebook.
I'm sure it's horrible.
Looks
yeah.
like somebody who would shoot up a hotel.
Yeah.
And,
Jesus.
and if you looked at Ray's dad's Facebook right now, you'd be like, oh, just some 50-year-old man. He's got the bald eagle as the fucking profile picture. But then if he goes out and shoots 3 people, then you're like, you know what, man? Maybe this guy was
Yeah, that was
crazy.
kind of a red flag.
Yes, but
a blue,
so-
a
so-
blue
kind of a red
flag.
flag.
So I think having the Facebook shit for the Kyle Rittenhouse means nothing.
No.
I think what it is that this kid really had in his head that everything that's wrong about the police is Kyle Rittenhouse. This idea,
Absolutely.
This idea of us versus them, protecting against them. They will hurt us. This entire aggressive community. The fact that it influenced somebody who wasn't even a part of it, thank God Kyle Rittenhouse shot these 3 people, because then he would have probably become a cop.
Yeah,
I
and then he
mean-
would have shot like 25 people.
Yes, and
I think that the outcome was just the same but sooner.
Basically.
I don't think he would. I don't know if he would have shot more people.
But
no,
isn't
but
there
it's
some-
just
but-
it's it's I don't know. The whole system feeds into itself. It makes more of those little kids who like are in that mentality, and then they go be cops.
But there's something to be said about that inside Kyle Rittenhouse, so that I wouldn't call it nationalism, but that I guess it is nationalism, like the love for his country. Like there is some
it's not
positivity
even your country.
there.
It's the authority figures in your country, and not even like the politicians. It's like the military and the police, the guys who are like physically able to enforce their will on people.
I'm gonna look up the race of the people that he killed. Oh my god,
They're all white people.
My flashlight's been on this whole time. I have 2%.
You do that
left.
all the time.
But yeah, so and that's why this is very interesting, because race has been taken out of it. This is a white-on-white crime.
Yeah.
Over a black issue.
Yeah.
Over an everybody issue. Police brutality is not just a black person
You're
issue.
100% right.
It's about fucking they have carte blanche to fucking kill people.
Yes, but
whoever it is. It doesn't matter what race you are.
yes, but they do it to black people.
Yes, they do, obviously.
Yes.
I'm just saying, like, it's not like, why are white people even there? It's not a white person problem. It's an everybody problem.
No, it's an everybody problem, but it affects black people.
the most.
Yes.
Yes.
Like I would never feel scared to walk next to a police officer, but there are many people out there that would be, and most of those people are black.
Yeah.
Especially because
With good reason.
yeah, especially you were gonna be a police officer.
Yeah, because you're fucking stupid.
I'll tell you a story of when.
What was the moment like you were gonna be a police officer until like 3 months ago?
He hit the weed.
Oh,
it was a
what-
month ago when he hit the weed. He was like, I can't be a cop anymore.
It was before the weed.
It was
before
slightly
the weed
before that, I remember.
because I would never have hit the weed if I knew that. So I was very close to becoming a police officer. I was in the process. I had done about half the paperwork to have the first meeting. So the thing that was stopping me was called the CAS 5 form. Thank God. The CAS 5 form is like pretty much the entire background in your entire life. It's a ginormous form. You write all your employers, your supervisors, friends, people you live with, names, numbers, everything.
Mhm.
So it's what they use to do your background check.
Mhm.
That form during the entire COVID thing was unavailable. So I was kind of stuck for about 3 or 4 months in this waiting game of when this form would be available. And I would keep emailing people, what's going on with it. And they would say, really, there's nothing we can do. You just got to wait. And as I'm waiting, it gave me time to really think about that. Because police officer's great. You go through the academy. Before this George Floyd shit happened, the image of a police officer was a respectable job. You work for 22 years. You get a little pay bump every 4 or 5 or 6 years. And when you retire at the end of the 20, you keep half of your final salary. Sounds like a great fucking gig. But all of a sudden, the culture shifted. I didn't shift with that culture, though. So what happened was that George Floyd was killed, right?
I just don't think that's like a sudden change.
Yeah.
That has
Listen to
been
me.
going on for fucking
But-
decades.
yes, it has been. But what made me what made
This
me
is the-
realize it?
be uncommon amongst common
Yes,
people.
be
amongst the
uncommon.
common
I don't see a problem here.
But listen, I wasn't alone. Most of America really just thought, another police shooting. But now we're really taking change and steps to change. And I think that when George Floyd was killed, I said to myself, wow, I might be able to make those changes as a police
He
officer.
said, "Wow, this is inconvenient for me."
No,
He said,
damn
"Wow."
it,
He
this
said,
guy, somebody
This is fucking
just
my shit
should have given George Floyd a real 20. We all would have been good, right? I would have been a cop.
God.
But so anyway, so this all happens, and a couple weeks go by, and I'm really thinking about it, and protests are happening, and all this shit, and I really, and this is before the weed, I really looked at the us versus them. I knew that if I took this job, listen, I played sports in high school. If you're not all in on the team, go home.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
'cause
part of the problem.
There's a
Yeah.
commitment. Yes, I know it is. Because
Yeah.
it's not like that with any other job. You go work.
No,
you
it's
go
the
work
only
at Geico.
job like that.
But
I know,
you go work at Geico.
Geico, there's
nobody's-
like a guy. He's like,
Yeah,
he's like playing Nintendo.
lives matter.
He's
Yeah,
playing
no.
Nintendo Switch as he's on the phone.
Jesus Christ.
What I think.
Oh, your leg got cut off. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But anyway, so I'm really close to becoming a cop. But then when George Floyd was killed, it changed everything for me. It took me a couple weeks to realize, and I thought I wanted to be that cop that was going to be able to make that change. But then I looked at how big the institution was and how political the institution
Yeah.
is. And for me to go in there, I'd have to be that guy be part of that us side for so long in order to get in a position to make a change. And I'm such a ditto brain.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
Yeah, so like I was scared that I would become a police officer, live that life,
And immediately
go to the
become a
academy,
meathead and fucking
and
shoot somebody in
and
the street.
become that guy. Not all cops shoot people in the streets, but I become that guy.
You shoot
of-
someone in private.
No, but I become that guy.
He
of,
would be a domestic abuser.
I don't want to be an angry dad. If
Yeah.
I have kids, like I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be.
I don't want to be an
wanna
angry
a
dad.
guy
I don't
who
want
goes
to be a dad.
I don't want to be.
I don't want to be a guy.
I don't want to be a guy who goes to war for a living.
Yeah,
And
it's a
that's
crazy job.
And that's
Yeah.
what being a police officer has now become.
Yeah, and that's bad. Also, you guys were
Yes.
talking before about things that Obama and Trump did. Trump
Yes.
repealed the 1033 program. No, Obama repealed the 1033 program, which was how police officers and sheriff's offices get military surplus equipment like fucking tanks and
Yeah.
grenade launchers and all that shit. Trump put it back in right when he got signed into office.
Woo!
Hell yeah.
Let's go. Just
Sick.
tanks.
Here's the
They're
thing.
using a lot of those fucking grenade launchers right now.
Here's the thing about that and why I'm not totally against that.
Why? What's your take?
Hot
And
takes on sensitive topics.
It comes down to the way that the U.S. Armed Forces is deployed around this country. We have this massive military budget. Everybody knows. It's trillions, right?
Yeah, because,
Most of that equipment is not here. It's all over the world. There's nothing here.
Mm-hmm.
So, police departments being heavily armed protects America. Where we don't really have the army to protect America. I've read a lot of shit that said that if the United States was invaded, especially during World War II, that if the Japanese got here in 41, and this is why we became the biggest military country ever because of this.
Mm-hmm.
1941, if the Japanese landed in California, they would have not been reasonably stopped until they got to Chicago. They would have gotten halfway through the country before we would have been able to put up a fight to get to them. So in the 50s and 60s and 70s during the Cold War, we built up our entire arsenal here to protect it from the Soviet Union. And then when the Soviet Union fell, we spread out. There's military bases all over the world now. More than there were in the Cold War. Plenty more. So now, a lot of our equipment is not here, which means that if something catastrophic happens, whether even let's go as far to say is a fucking alien invasion,
Mm-hmm.
our missiles are not here. They're in Turkey, or they're in Germany, or they're in Saudi Arabia, or they're in Afghanistan. They're thousands of miles away. Our most expensive weapons
So
that
you're
we
saying,
pay for.
so instead, we should sell those equipment at a discount to police officers who
No.
would use them on U.S. civilians.
What I think we should do is bring the troops home. I think we should be an American force here to protect America. I think that you should see anti-aircraft guns on your way over the GW Bridge. Like, I think we should be the safest country from invasion in the world.
Who's invading us?
We have the biggest military budget in the world.
Exactly.
I should feel safe. I should see it on the streets, but I don't.
So I'm just saying, you are much more likely to be injured by an American than by anybody else.
Of course you are, 100%.
Absolutely.
But
so you should be seeking protection from your own country.
I think that everyone should be in their own iPhone cases.
Yes, everybody's got a little otter suit
I
on.
think that
hermit
everyone
crab.
should just have
Yeah.
like an otter box that's bulletproof and has air conditioning, and then that's it.
Sounds baller. I'm on board.
Like it's bomb proof.
Yeah,
It's like you just walk around and everyone's just like kind of stiff. You're like, hello. Like it's great to see, and it has like Bluetooth. like it seems like a way. It gives
Seems
you
like a win.
It makes you look like you have abs.
Ooh.
Oh hell yeah.
I'm thinking of, because I'm in Zoom college now, I'm thinking of actually committing a school shooting in my bedroom. So I'm just going to kill myself on camera.
Yeah. I've always wanted to
That
do
was
it.
pretty funny.
I've always wanted to do a Zoom comedy show like that.
Oh,
Where like
oh yeah,
I like
you've
that.
said this before,
Yeah.
yeah.
where you go you go like, hey everyone, like what's the deal with club soda? And then like you put the gun in your mouth and they're like, what is the deal with club soda? And they're like, is that a gun? And then you put it in your mouth and then you turn off your webcam. And then And then the next person has to be like, okay, well, the next comic up is going to be Chris D'Elia. It's amazing we were able to get him here.
And then your screen goes black.
Yeah. It's just like,
Jesus.
Well, can I tell you? So my ex, remember when that guy, not too long ago, it was during COVID, I dated a girl who was going to, she's in NA, Narcotics Anonymous.
Yeah.
And so during COVID, all the meetings are virtual, which is great because you can go to the liquor store in person and buy a bottle of booze, but you can't go to the basement of a
Jesus.
church and talk about why you can't stop drinking it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so she's going to these meetings online, and she's a sponsor. And her sponsor was in a Zoom NA meeting. It's very cold in here, I know.
I'm freezing.
And
this is your fault.
I'm going to turn the AC off.
you can go do that. And the guy in a Zoom meeting was shot and killed.
No way.
What the fuck?
Live on cam.
No way.
Hell yeah, this happened in Amityville.
What the fuck?
And so my girl sponsor was in the chat with this guy who gets killed on cam. And so the way remember, I'm hearing this through the filter of my girl at the time. So we already got to take this with 2 grains of salt, okay? But the way she told it to me through her sponsor was that her sponsor called her after it happened and said that this guy was on there. They called him Santa. My girl had met the guy who got killed because he used to go to the meetings. They used to call him Santa Claus, big guy with gray hair and a beard. Guy walks into the room, shoots him, looks around, looks at the TV, and sees everybody else in the Zoom chat.
That's so eerie.
It was the guy's son.
No way.
Yeah, the guy's son killed him. And that's how they knew it was the Zoom video. It was on.
Why did he kill him? Didn't they?
They had like a weird relationship. They're both drug addicts. The father was in recovery, had been for years. The son was all fucked up. My girl said that the son never went to the meetings. But yeah, dude. Like,
Yeah, and plus he should have been on the call. He shouldn't have been in that guy's apartment.
well, they lived together. The father and son.
Could they both do the NA
son,
together?
The son didn't do the NA.
Oh.
That's what my girl was saying to me, is that I'd never seen the son. That's what she had said.
That's
But
a
yeah,
shame.
it's craziness, bro.
And it's so eerie because there's like a degree of separation of like reality when you see someone on a camera versus in real life.
Yes.
Like, because you go like, once that happens, you like kind of are like, did that really just happen? Like in real life, you see it and you look around, you can see the like everything that's going on. When you see it like that, you're just like,
Yeah, you're hearing it through speakers and you're
Yeah.
seeing it on a screen.
It's like, you know,
watching a movie.
he probably didn't have a perfect audio setup and like
No.
and like an HD camera.
No, it was on a Zoom chat.
Yeah,
and
like-
a webcam.
And so it's just like you're kind of like, what just happened?
I think they just kind of saw him fall.
Yeah, and you're just like a big bang, and you're like, what was that? And then you saw him fall.
Yeah. Yeah, that happened, man, and it, you know, that whole community is very interesting. Have you ever dabbled into this whole NA AA culture?
I know people who have been in AA, and it's like I think it can be a very good thing. It gets weird at certain points, but I think that there are people who go into it knowing that it's a certain point it gets kind of weird, and then they usually do pretty well.
Huh. I mean, it's tough, man, because I went to one of these meetings. My girl, the girl that I dated, that was an addict. Actually, the first time I fucked her, the first time I got in her pants, we had gone on like a date or two, and I was like, how am I gonna get this girl to fuck me? It was cool. We were going well, but I felt like something was there.
So did you lie about being an alcoholic?
No. I said, you going to a meeting tonight? And she goes, yeah. We've been talking for like 2 weeks. And I said, why don't I come with you?
You're an insane sociopath.
and she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, I'll come with you to the meeting. I'd like to check it out and see what it's like. And I went there for the full... I was like, look, like, this girl's cool. I liked her. I knew that this would be meaningful to her, me being there. And knew that it would, like, hey, I'm probably not here just to fuck you. But at the same time, I kind of knew that if I did this, she had to fuck me. You know? And maybe that's the sociopathic part of it.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. It's like...
But, so anyway, so I went to this thing. They convinced me that I had a drug problem.
You do?
You think I do?
Yeah.
And we all do.
Yeah.
I think
I don't.
but I don't think I do have a. Like, you talk about pot, right?
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing, bro. Is like I've only been smoking pot again for what? Not even a month.
Mm-hmm.
And I quit it for so long. I could quit pot whenever. Like, I'm doing sober October, so sober October I do it every year. No booze, no weed, no nothing. Like, I could drop weed at any point. I have before many times, but I just feel like when it comes to working out and living life, like, I didn't get high before my job this morning, but I got high before I ran.
Didn't you say on the way here that you're gonna start getting high before your job because
Probably should.
But your bosses both take a shot at right when you open, right?
Yeah, that's what I hate about the restaurant business too. Is it's the only place of work where it's socially acceptable to drink
Yeah.
at the workplace, which you think would be like great, like, oh fuck yeah, let's get
No,
fucked
it's not
up at
fun
work.
every day. It's fun
not
to drink. It's fun to drink once a week, maybe at your job.
Yeah, it's
and-
not fun because like what happens is like, for a perfect example, I'm like trying to work out my schedule at my new job, and my one boss is so drunk that my other boss needs to come in, who's also drunk, to take her place. And it's like, what are we doing? You know? Like, I don't know how an industry like that is going to survive during COVID.
Well, this restaurant doesn't sound like it's going to survive, does
Been
it?
there for 20 years.
Really?
Yeah, bro. More than that, I think.
What's it called?
We won't say it.
What's it called?
I don't want to say it.
We'll edit it out.
I don't want to. Sam, we're going to bleep this, okay? We're going to bleep what I'm about to say. We can edit this out, right? I work at the Argyle Grill.
Where's that?
It's in Babylon Village.
What are the owners' names?
I don't know. I haven't met them.
But that's it. It's crazy. I mean, they're just gonna go under if they have bad management like this. Are they packed all the time? Like, are you?
This is what I was going to say, is that it has nothing to do with the management. It has nothing to do with anything like that in terms of why this restaurant will not succeed. And I noticed this when I was going out to eat as restaurants start to open again now, is that even at full throttle, this restaurant, but the way that the tables are spaced out and everything, they're really only at about 40% capacity. So servers right now, because these restaurant owners are freaking out, so they're cutting staff. So you got 2 or 3 servers at a restaurant. Servers are making money right now. They're working hard, but they're making money. There's money to be made because there's only X amount of them in each restaurant. This is no matter where you go right now.
Mm-hmm. Except the outdoor places.
My place is outdoor. Same thing. Nobody's going out to eat. Even outdoor, what do you have, 5, 6 tables outdoors?
I mean, there are places that have like
Yes, there are places that have a lot of outdoor
that like
seating.
already were set up for mostly outdoor seating.
Those are
and they're-
seasonal places that are open 3, 4 months a year.
Like if you go to Freeport.
Yes. So, but with this place, there's some outdoor seating, but they're not making any money. Even when they're fully at capacity, they have to turn people away. There's no way to make money. And I think that's with every restaurant right now, because the profit margin in a restaurant is like 4%.
Yeah, it's really low.
It's really low. You need to be able to do all these things just to be able to make $1. For every $1 you spend, you're only going to make, what is that, 40 cents on it?
No, 4 cents.
4 cents. Yeah, 4%. Oh my God, no college degree. I'm working on it though.
I know. And then we and you go on Indeed and you're like, I should be making more than this.
Well, the worst thing about Indeed is that, I was going to say this before too, is when you create a profile, do you have a profile on Indeed?
Yeah.
So they email you jobs that work
So
for you.
annoying.
So I'll never forget this. I am having a great day. I'm in Washington Square Park. It's probably like 2 months ago. No, probably about a month ago. And because I was smoking pot, just hanging out. It's like 7:30. I'd walked a lot. I was tired, but not too tired. So I was having 2 slices of Joe's Pizza, sitting in Washington Square Park, looking at my phone. Had the bowl next to me. Great thing. Beautiful night. And I checked my email. And Indeed has sent me a job that may work for you. Great. I've never seen this before. I never got one of these emails. Wow. Okay. I open it up. It's a server at Chuck E. Cheese.
They're like, do you want to change diapers for rats?
Like, is that like is that based upon the resume that I gave them and all the questions I answered? That's what Adam Zaki gets.
Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Oh, out of everything that I've... Did you see that they were also putting Chuck E. Cheese, too, was selling pizza out of a different name on Grubhub, and they were selling a ton of pizzas?
Really?
Yeah, they were like Mama Peppercinis or something like that. I got to look it up. Hold on, I'll tell you.
Mama Peppercini.
Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese during COVID changed their name. Oh, my phone doesn't die before this happens. Hold on.
Sam, what'd you get to eat? Nice. Halal. I
Hold
think, yeah, the thing about Chuck E. Cheese, a lot of people get shot in Chuck E. Cheese. You would think it would be a safe place, but it's really not. I think Chuck E. Cheese...
So, during the pandemic, sorry to cut you off,
No,
Chuck
that's
E.
fine.
Cheese changed its name to Pasquale's.
Ah, Pasquale's.
And...
That's smart. That's really, really smart. Even though their pizza, do you remember the smell of their pizza from like a birthday party? It's like...
Oh, it's horrible.
I mean, the smell is great.
No, I don't really remember the smell, but I've been to Chuck E. Cheese maybe 5 times in my whole life.
It's intensely cheesy.
Is it?
It's that same smell that you get. You ever go into a Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, and you can smell the cheese pizza?
No, I can't recall that smell. I wish I could, but I can't. I can't.
Sam, do you know the smell? Yeah. Good, right? It's a great smell.
Listen, man, there's nothing better than smoking a couple blunts, hopping in the car, driving over to the Taco Bell, and getting the pizza.
I mean, there's no better feeling than ordering food with another fat person. That's what I always say.
Yeah, because you can order whatever you want.
People, I've been trying to do this on the stage, and it just never. I did this for like a bunch of people, and I was doing great the whole set, and then I talk about this, and no one understands. But you're a fat person, so you get it.
I was.
But you have a fat soul.
Yes.
And like I'm not as fat as I was as a kid. Like there's just a certain. But like when you're 16 and you're fat, and you're high.
Oh, and you have $9 in your pocket.
And you both just have enough to get whatever you want at Papa John's, at Domino's or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you go and you order like the 3 for like they're $5 each for 3 pizzas, and you're like, and let's get the fucking cheesy bread.
Oh, and then you get the dessert, the lava cake.
Yeah, the cookie pizza.
Yep.
And you're just like looking at it and you're just laughing. Like when you click like let's add the like we need the cheese. Do we need the cheesy bread? And it's like no. And it's like well, we should still get it. And you're like oh, let's do it. And then like the you're just waiting there with anticipation. And just the bell rings and you look at each other and you're like it's time.
Oh my god,
it's here.
I can't imagine what it's like to date a fat girl. I imagine there's a lot of that. Like a girl who doesn't care about her weight, who eats what she wants.
It sounds like so much fun, and like for a week.
Oh, it's like vacation. I'll rent a fat girl. Come eat with me for 10 days.
Just to like really be as fat as you can for a week would be so nice.
Like you know how like we all work so hard to lose weight. Imagine I was like, yo, Andrew. You have 2 weeks to gain 15 pounds.
I could do it. Could you do it?
Holy fuck.
Could you do it?
15 pounds
We
in 2
gain
weeks?
weight pretty quick.
15 pounds in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
100% I could do it.
There's no way I couldn't do
Yeah, I
it.
could do it. And I would have loved every second of it.
Bump up to...
Yo, what was the first thing you would go to eat for the 15-pound weight gain challenge?
Okay, so breakfast is... There's no breakfast food involved, really.
What are you waking up and having burgers?
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck
my
yeah.
God.
You wake
You need carbs, bro. You need carbs and to be lethargic.
What? You're gonna be lethargic the whole.
But you need to eat like so many. You need to eat like a fucking runner.
Okay, this is the thing. Like you're drinking soda.
Ooh,
the whole
Dr.
time.
Pepper Mountain Dew, code red.
Yeah, you're getting Baja blasted.
Oh, I've always hated Baja Blast.
Really?
Yeah, never.
You're
liked
the only
it.
one.
Never liked it.
You're getting you're just whatever your favorite soda is. That is going into you're filling up your hydro flask with Coke.
Oh.
You're hydro flasking Coke. Your breakfast is gonna be like part leftovers from the night before every night. What's
you don't want eggs? I'd be eating. Listen, if I was 15-pound challenge in 2 weeks, probably got to start eating meat again.
Yeah,
So-
you have to.
So I'm going for.
Otherwise, you're just eating fries and
I would eat like pancakes. I would have
pancakes.
pancakes and waffles. No breakfast food. Get out of your mind, bro.
No, you're right. It's. I don't even consider that breakfast food. I consider that like dessert. French
Like,
toast.
I would have 2 Belgian waffles and a bacon, egg, and cheese, 4 eggs, 6 strips of bacon, 4 slices of cheese
Oh, my
in
God.
between the waffles.
You ever get a bacon, egg, and cheese, and you're like, I want another one?
I haven't had a bacon, egg, and cheese in probably 7 years.
If you just have egg and cheese
6
and something
years.
else on it, like a avocado, egg, and cheese, or something like that, it's
It's
kind of
never
does
enough.
the trick.
It's never enough.
But I always want like 1.5. That's like ideal.
Yeah, and the thing about the egg sandwich is when you get the egg sandwich, because it's not enough, you usually go for the chips. You know,
I always just do the 1 egg sandwich.
really?
Yeah, because that's like these are the things I have to do to maintain my weight. It's like I don't eat extra healthy all the time, but I'm not gaining weight.
So I was really thinking, because I was a 175 about 2 years ago, and got the job at the car dealership. I was probably 185, 190, probably 185. When I left the car dealership, I was about 220. About a year later, So I put on about 40 pounds, right? Now I'm getting back down there. I waited this morning at 206. But, so, and I realized, how did I get so fat? And I'm really thinking to myself, like, it just happened out of nowhere. And it's been really in my mind. But then I remembered, lunch. What I would get for lunch would be crazy. Like, I would go to the bagel store with a coworker of mine, a real skinny guy. And I would get the same thing he would get. So we'd get an egg sandwich, a bagel, a large orange juice, and a cookie.
And the thing is that like typically, do you have a small lunch, like or a regular sized lunch? Lunch doesn't matter that much to me.
I usually, well, it depends because my diet and routine has really changed so much.
Yeah, but like just like on a think about what you were doing like right before you got into this like fitness kick.
I was with my girlfriend. We were I was eating meat again. I never had a bacon and cheese though, but I was eating. Like I was trying to eat healthy because she was such a fitness freak, but at the same time, it was just like I was smoking a lot of tobacco, and I was not exercising.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really want to because I had the girl. It's amazing. Like when you have a girl in your life, like when you're like will changes.
Yeah, my motivation is like I have to be healthy for me.
Yes.
Which is like not as much as like if
Not
I was
your
like
dick.
I need to attract someone.
Yes, and like that is, I think, that is how I get in shape.
Mm-hmm.
Is I want to be attractive. I think that's a much easier perspective to get in shape
Yeah.
from, versus rather than being
Like a
getting-
lifestyle thing.
Yes.
You're like, I don't want to die. It's like it's funny, you want to get laid more than you want to not die, pretty much.
Yes, that 100%. 100%. That's a great way to put it, because when I was in a relationship, I had no desire. I mean, we did yoga, and I would do Peloton in the morning, and Peloton was hard, but I didn't make the commitment on the diet side, and that's where it's all at.
That's
It's
the
all
more
on the
important
diet
part.
side. Like you can exercise all you want.
Then you have a sleeve of Oreos and it's all over.
Can I tell you, bro? I could kill a whole fucking box of Oreos.
No problem.
You know what I fucking
Oreos are easy.
Can I tell you what I saw at the grocery store? And it took every inch of my being
It took all 4.5 inches of your being.
not to buy tiramisu Oreos.
I've gotten those.
Holy
Are they new in America now?
I have no idea.
Because I got Korean ones.
Andrew, I wanted to try it so bad.
They're not that good.
Thank you.
They're not that good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I tried them for you.
Thank
If you ever have any other foods you need to be tried, I'm happy to do
I'll
it
just
for
bring you to Peter Luger's. Steak for 2 for 1 for Andrew. Andrew, what does it taste like?
you.
Descriptive words to me.
Buttery.
I did try the Peter Luger steak at Valentine's Day when I was...
It's
Yeah.
good. Did you go to Great Neck or Williamsburg?
Andrew, don't insult me.
I went to Great Neck.
You're a fucking idiot, dog.
I mean, it was my family's choice.
Oh my god, you don't go to Great Neck Peter Luger's, bro. I went Valentine's Day with the ex, went to the Peter Luger's, did the whole thing.
You get schlag.
I don't know what schlag is.
That's their whipped cream. At the end, you get a big sundae with a lot of schlag.
We got the sundae. We had first when you go to Peter Luger's. Peter Luger's is the best because especially on a night like that, this is all pre-COVID too.
Mhm.
So the world is different. Nobody's got a fucking mask on. I walked in there. It's packed. We're 10 minutes late for the reservation. And my girl calls Peter Luger's on the car ride there. And it might have been, I don't think it was Sam. I don't think it was. My girl calls the restaurant and goes, "Hi, my name is whatever. I'm calling on behalf of Dr. Adam Zaki, who has a reservation at your restaurant for 2 at 7:30. He's going to be 10 minutes late." And the hostess goes, "Oh, well, we can only hold a reservation for a half hour or less, but let us know when we're here, and we'll try to accommodate you the best." You could tell him that. She said, "Okay, I'll be sure to relay the information. Thank you." And I hung up, and I was greeted as Dr. Adam Zaki at Peter Luger's, which was great.
Why are we not doing this more? Like, why?
Oh, I've done it a million times.
This is brilliant.
Oh, my God. I walked in a restaurant, so I went to Insignia. Insignia is in Smithtown. Big steak and sushi place. Big money. Beautiful. Did the same thing. I made my reservation. I called up. I said, "I have a table for 2, please, for this night." It was like December 21st, right before Christmas, the last year. I went there, and I'm table for 2, the whole thing. "Listen, sir, I have 7 or 9. I wanted 8 o'clock. I said, "Well, I'm getting out of surgery, probably about 7:30, so I might be able to squeeze over there, but it's going to be close."
I have another surgery right afterwards.
and like this woman goes, this guy, it's like this 18-year-old girl on the phone. She goes, "Oh, let me talk to my manager." And she goes back and goes, we can fit the reservation for you, sir."
That's great.
And I'm like, "Great, 8 o'clock, perfect." I'm not a fucking doctor.
Wait,
Look at
hold
me.
on. You're not?
No.
Oh,
But
that's
these hostesses think I am.
I know, because the hostesses,
Can I
like,
tell you what my friends got so mad at me for? They got so mad at me for this, bro. All of them. If Sam hears me talking about this, he's going to freak out. Because they all rip on me. I don't think he can hear me. So when I went to Texas, it was COVID.
yeah,
And you have to reserve.
prime COVID.
You have to reserve a lot of shit. Like state parks and stuff. And the girl that I was with wanted to hike and shit like that. Go to San Antonio, the riverboat tour, the whole thing.
Fucking
So
San
I
Antonio
see-
Riverboat Tour.
So this is where I first found out about this. So I see the San Antonio riverboat tour, Texas State first responder discount. Okay. So I say to them, "Let me ask you. I'm an NYPD police officer. Is there any type of discount I can get for this tour? It's okay. It's okay." He goes, "Can you prove it to me?" I said, "Sure." I pulled out my email for the confirmation number for one of my pieces of paperwork that was received. Next to it is called my list number, which is like my pseudo cop number, right? So he gives me.
Here's my list number.
So I showed him my list number, and he goes, "I'll take it." So now I have a ticket that I'm going to keep forever. Military discount for the San Antonio Riverboat Tour. It gets better. So when we go hiking, you got to make reservations at these Texas state parks. NYPD cops don't have to. So I told all the state park. If anybody ever hears this, I'm going to be hung for stolen valor.
This is going to be the Instagram
This is what
promo.
will take me down. I told them all that I was a cop. They all let me in. No
That's
reservation, for free. Didn't have to pay, nothing.
Where?
Texas. 2 state parks. I don't remember the names. One was called the Enchanted Rock. Beautiful.
Was it Enchanted?
Yes. The greatest view of the sky I've ever seen. I got a picture of it on my phone. The worst part about it is my ex-girl's in the picture. Other than that, it's a beautiful picture. I got a nice cowboy hat on. I look good. But,
dude, the stars are so cool.
you know what I didn't see in Texas?
What?
That I was so mad about? Was a guy with a gun.
Yeah, when you're in Austin and San
But
Antonio.
I drove. Yeah, I tried to go like in between small little towns.
like going to towns and you're just
That's
like,
what
is
I
there a
did.
guy with a gun?
I had the big pickup truck that I rented. I'm looking around going, well, one of these motherfuckers better be packing heat. Because I came all the way from New York for this shit. I didn't see anybody. I was so pissed. But it was a cool trip. But yeah, I used the stolen valor thing. So I guess I've done this before in my life where I use things that I'm not to benefit myself.
Yeah. What's worse, doctor or cop?
Cop, 100%.
Yeah, I think so too.
Right, Sam? Yeah. Definitely, definitely being a cop.
I know. Being a doctor, you could be like, you chose to be a surgeon, which is if they were like, oh, what were you doing surgery on? You'd be like, feet. Yeah. What were you doing surgery on? And you have to think about it. It's like you just got out of surgery. What'd you do surgery?
Oh my god,
it was
that's so funny.
Rectal, oral rectal.
Oh my god.
But like you could just be like they could just be like for Dr. Zach, and you're just like a psychologist.
Yeah, they have no idea.
Yeah, you could just be like,
I mean, you guys know me as the dopey asshole I am. But if you never saw me, you don't know what I am or what I do.
Yeah, and you just doctors speak like a lot. Like they'll be like, "Hello, how are you?" They like speak like very straight to the point. We kind of like meander and like we're like dopey, and we're like, how's it going?
Like, hey, I'm here for a table for two for Dr. Adam Zach.
Yeah, you have to be like, I'm here for my reservation.
Hello, welcome. Welcome.
yeah, like, hello, I'm Dr. Adam Zaki.
That's what I would say.
Great to speak with you.
Hello there. Hi.
It's just over.
Hi.
You're like, how would a doctor talk? It's like, hello. That's so funny. Are you one of my patients?
I just talk in an Indian accent. Hello, my name is Adam Zaki. But yeah, it works all the time. You should definitely do that.
I'm definitely gonna try it. And I'll
make
get
a
back
reservation. But you know what I really thought about doing? Is seeing if I do it at Starbucks. If I put in the mobile order, is Dr. Adam Zaki, does it get made quicker?
No. As a star, you would make it less quickly.
Yes, probably.
You'd be like, because like this is like that's your time to influence the world. You could be like, I could make him late to his appointment.
I'll tell you, there's nothing better as a Starbucks employee if you just want to crush some asshole's day. What you do is when the kid comes in and goes, my name is Batman, because they want you to go venti caramel frappuccino for Batman.
Yeah.
You go venti caramel frappuccino. You look at the kid and you walk away, and you take his moment away from him.
I've done that,
and it's great. He's got his phone out.
But you know what's also fun? When you do it, and you like play the part. It's kind of fun.
No, I don't want to give them that satisfaction.
I've done both.
That's like looking at somebody driving a nice car.
It depends on the kid. If the kid seems nice, they're like walking around and they have they're like flying a kite outside, and they come inside and they're like, hello, like I want to be like, my name's Spider-Man, and you're like okay, and it's just like it's like we got a quad espresso for Spider-Man, and then they come over and they get their little cup of espresso.
Get the fuck out.
You ever give children like espresso beverages when they ask for it?
Yeah.
I always would decaf kids if they got a caramel macchiato.
No, I never did that.
If it's like an 8-year-old,
I don't care.
I was just like, I felt like it was unethical.
I remember one time this guy came in. He wanted 4 shots of decaf espresso. He's like, look, I just need a little bit of caffeine, but I want a lot of liquid just so I can have something to sip on. 4 shots decaf. Please make sure it's decaf. And you know me.
You're looking to kill someone at any job you can. You're going to be a cop. You work at Starbucks. You try to kill someone.
So I'm sitting here going, it's late at night. This guy was like he made me feel dumb, I remember, because he was like, you have to make sure this is decaf because I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. Like decaf. So I said, all right, I promise you it'll be decaf. I gave that guy 4 regular fucking shots. Right in the cup. Looked him in the eyes and said, it's decaf. You have my word.
If I was that guy and you did that to me, I would come back and I would wreak havoc with my espresso. Like I would come back and I'd be all like hyped up. I'd be like ready to go. I'd be like, is this really like you wanted to do this to? I would slam on the table. I'd be like, is this what you wanted?
I think
is this what you want? I'd like start like breaking things and throwing things all
such
over.
a placebo. I bet he went right to bed.
Dude, if you gave me 4 shots of espresso when I asked for decaf, it would ruin my day. The other day I had coffee, and I spent 2 days in like a deep depression.
Well, you don't drink coffee very often?
Nope.
Oh, I drink a cup of coffee every day.
I know, I used to, but something happened to me where if I have too much caffeine now, I'll just spiral into a horrible depression.
When
I'll get anxious.
Really?
Yeah, it's horrible. I drink matcha. That's what I drink now because it has like less caffeine. It's got L-theanine in it. It's like a little bit lighter on the body. But if I have too much of it, I go crazy.
I'm thinking of giving up all of caffeine for Sober October.
You should. It's good. It makes you more relaxed, but it makes you less productive. I need to have a little bit of caffeine, so I like try to drink like a tea. Give up coffee.
No, I think I'm going to give up the entire chemical just for 1 month.
Yeah.
I love it. I've done it for the past 2 years, bro. There's nothing better than Halloween night after Sober October.
That's still
Midnight,
October.
like when it turns to midnight on Halloween. Because it's over. And it's a month of horrible exercise. Like, your body's broken over the month.
Oh, you do the whole exercise?
So I do. I'll read you my stuff. I actually wrote it down. I know this is a little early, but I will definitely read what we will do, and then we can get close to wrapping this thing up. Okay, so this is my Sober October 2020 requirements. No alcohol. No marijuana. No nicotine. No caffeine. No restaurants.
No Jews.
Raw vegan diet with supplements. Run 50 miles over the month, which I think I'm going to increase because that's not that much for 1 month. 5 30,000 step days over a month, which I think I'm going to increase to 50,000. And finally, drive no more than 100 miles over the month.
Why?
Just to kind of be, I guess, a little eco-friendly.
100 miles?
Yeah, over 1 month.
That's nothing.
100 miles is a lot in 1 month.
No, it's not.
I'm sorry, that's what I mean. It's 100 miles is not a lot in 1 month is what I mean, so it's going to be challenging.
I don't even know how you would do that.
I will work 2.5 miles. If I got to bike to work or walk to work, or I'm going to clock it in my car.
Just take an Uber.
Maybe if I have to. But I kind of want to stay out of the vehicle. But it's like when you do something that sucks, when you're done with it, it feels amazing. Especially Sober October. Because it's like, wow, I could do that. There's not many things in life I could do. I'm bad at a lot of shit.
Me too.
But that's why I love to run. Because nobody could take away that I ran a 10K today. Which I did. And like, just saying that makes me feel good.
They can take it away if they like shot you in the head.
Yes, and I'd be dead.
And then you wouldn't have that
That
anymore.
would suck. Imagine me dying right now. Like, the past few weeks, I've eaten like raw food. I fucking ran like an animal. I'm like, in 1 month, I lost about like 6 or 7 pounds. Like, I really shredded it, right?
Yeah.
If I was just to die tomorrow, I'd be pissed.
Yeah. And you'd be like, their last thought would be like, I should have had a bacon, egg, and cheese.
And I'm still fat. Like, I'm still going to die fat. Like, that's what's shitty.
Yeah.
Is that I work so hard, but I'm not there yet. Like, listen, if I die at 175, listen, put me in a men's medium suit, 32-inch waist, I'll be looking to fly as fuck. But right now, it's not there.
Do you think your family would get you an expensive casket?
No.
Do you think they'd Amazon it?
I would think that they'd probably cremate me because it'd be the cheapest thing and the quickest thing. Even though I would not want to be cremated, I think that's what they would do.
I think I'd get an expensive casket.
For what?
Just to sit in. Have a nice place to stay. Forever.
It's not you though, it's just your body.
No, I mean, I'm not, I wouldn't, I just think that like, I would get an expensive one. I don't know.
I don't care. My body's just my meat.
I don't care.
My body's just my meat vehicle. That's why I take care of it. I try to treat it well.
Yeah.
It's not like it's the mind that I cherish. You know,
You cherish your mind. You
Of
wake up and you go,
course.
I cherish my mind.
yeah. Even though I'm dumb, I thank God I could put my fucking shoes on in the morning. You know, I'm not
Yeah.
fucked up
Yeah.
like Sam up there.
It's a shame.
Sam's working for the government.
He's
fucked
eating the
up.
halal with his hands.
I know.
He can barely use a fork anymore.
And the other day we didn't have a napkin, so Sam wiped his face at the bottom of his own foot because he said it was the cleanest part of his body.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's fucked up.
That's something he would do. That's why they need to call them audio engineers.
Well, they're not engineers. They just press buttons.
No, they're not engineers at all, but
No.
they say that they're
Because they
engineers.
build audio, not build buildings like real engineers.
Yeah. They're technical engineers.
Yes.
They're like, it's like if you make a sandwich, you're a sandwich engineer.
Like at Subway, don't they call those people like sandwich creators or sandwich
Yeah,
something?
it's like meat artists.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Like
Oh my god.
we put the triangles on so they fit perfectly on the sandwich. They're in triangles so they fit appropriately on the sandwich. It's trigonometry.
So next week we got nothing, right? As of right now.
We'll get someone.
Yeah, we gotta get. I mean, we could get like people from our like lives here, but like I want someone with like. It'd be funny to have Alex Kirchy sitting here, but then people would be going, "Who the fuck is Alex Kirchy?"
Yeah, I mean, no matter who we get, we're not getting anyone special.
Uh huh.
I want to get Ray Kump on the podcast.
He would come on.
I think he might.
I think he would come on.
I'm gonna. I think the long run, our Grail guest right now, he's like a good person to shoot for.
He
right?
would. Yeah, I think he'd come on because he's local.
He's local. He's
He's not that famous. But here's the thing: we got to do it soon because Tim is promoting him like crazy.
yeah, but he's funny though.
We should have a podcast where we just summarize the Tim Dillon show.
It's so sad. We're really not that interesting or funny, but
No.
we're gonna get there.
I think so too.
We're gonna get there.
So yeah, next week maybe we'll have a guest on. Hopefully we'll be back in the regular studio. Even this setup is not even that half bad, but I think the quality is gonna be a little shitty. But all right,
The quality is so good for like what we're doing.
I know.
It's so unnecessary.
I know.
Incredibly unnecessary.
I know. Well, yeah. So nothing to plug. You got no. Fucking
We've
comment.
never had anything to plug.
I know, we
in
got-
our entire lives.
We've got no.
There's nothing to plug.
Come meet me at the restaurant that I work at and
Yeah.
give me a tip.
Plug a sandwich into Adam's mouth.
Yeah, please. I fucking need it. I'm starving. Well, all right. Sam, what's our time check? We do this every episode before we go off. What?
It says 2 hours and 43 minutes, but that doesn't seem right.
I might be. I don't know. This has
Wow.
been.
Well, all right. This was a good episode. Coconut Show episode number 5,
Can
right?
you imagine if someone listened to this point in the show?
Is it number 5?
4.
Show number 4. All right. So 4 weeks in a row. We've been doing this for a month. We've showed up every time. Sam, thank you for coming here every time.
Yeah, thank you, Sam.
Even though he's getting paid, so go fuck you. Go fuck yourself.
I appreciate him, even though I think his title is a bit
What is his title?
audio engineer.
That's not his title for the show.
Oh yeah, no, he's just sound man, sound boy.
His title is Flower Girl. This is only audio, so you don't know that Sam comes in here in a dress every day, and before the show, we sit on a petal of roses.
Yeah, and he lightly tosses them over our head.
He's speaking on the speaker system in the venue. Shut the fuck up with that, bro. You're an audio engineer. All right, let's end this, bro.
He should know better.
It's a great time having you. We're doing this for 4 weeks, Andrew. I'm really having fun with this. Hope
Yeah,
we
this
can
is
take it
good.
to the next level. I really do at some point. Maybe
the
one
next
day.
level. We like we sit
knows?
on thrones
I know, yeah. We sit on people.
like Paula.
Like Paula.
Okay.
All right, well,
Goodbye.
episode 4 is done. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.